Live with Kelly and Mark is the perfect way to start the day if you're anything like us. Is Kelly Ripa still? And this week's live broadcast of Mark Kenyal's daytime talk show? Just like the shows that aired earlier this week and last, Thursday's episode was taped in advance. Today's episode featured a performance by A Great Big World and rebroadcast conversations with Anthony Anderson, Sophia Carson, and Linda Cardellini. Recently, Jerry O'Connell, Carson Kressley, David Murr, and Steve Patterson joined Rapa and Consuelos as guest co-hosts. Completes the roster of substitutes for Consuelos for the week of July 29th, when Consuelos was in Los Angeles for a performance. Ripa claims that the following week, Jackie Tone, Jenna Dewan, Rita Ora, Elle Duncan, and Katie Loss were at the helm of the show with Consuelos in Ripa's absence. Deadline reports that the 21st week of July was live with Kelly and Mark's greatest weekly performance since April, with an average of 2.2 million viewers. The live family is presently on their annual summer break, according to a production source who informed DCID in June, when DCDR reported on Liv's week-to-week ratings gain. The good news is that even during commercial breaks, there's new content, including host talks, in every episode. There are plenty of people who were disappointed to see a pre-recorded episode of Live with Kelly and Mark this week instead of the regular live banter and new celebrity interviews. The reason for screening taped episodes and rehashed interviews this week is surprisingly straightforward, and it's refreshing. Both hosts have been taking brief breaks from their desks to celebrate the program's customary summer break. What this implies for viewers is that the franchise's usual live pace will be temporarily interrupted by a lineup of guest co-hosts, interviews that have already been taped, and so on. In the lengthy story that follows, we learn about the show's recent events, the fill-ins, the current airings, the ratings trends of the summer, and what viewers may anticipate when Kelly Ripa and Mark Kenyal take over the live desk. The fact that the show is still airing on the schedule or that the hosts aren't abandoning their fans isn't the most crucial information to know when a live but not live episode airs. Producers are playing interviews, performances, and even host conversations that have already been taped while the show's main on-air talent takes a vacation. Production sources have confirmed that this is the show's yearly summer hiatus and that it is a regular component of the program's schedule. To sum up, Kelly and Mark aren't out of their minds. They're taking a well-deserved vacation as the daily show machinery continues to turn. Because syndicated discussion shows like Live almost never go black entirely, that difference is significant. Instead of going silent, producers would rather keep the momentum going and fill the weekday time slot with material. This week's programming includes a mix of new filmed pieces and recycled content, with the goal of maintaining audience involvement while allowing the hosts a break. Some viewers were left wondering, is this live? During the episode, a musical performance and a segment of archived interviews were the show's highlights. On that particular day, we were scheduled to have talks with Anthony Anderson and Sophia Carson, Linda Cardellini would be dropping by, and A Great Big World would be performing. The entire day's worth of tape content that was repackaged for viewers. Those actors are included in the show's episode guide for those specific dates. As an alternative to a wasted hour, why not rear clips and use pre-recorded interviews? The production value is high, and it's easy on the eyes. Even with A-list guests, recorded interviews can be entertaining and informative. Also, a repurposed tape piece can still be relevant because the show is syndicated into many different local areas with differing air schedules. On weekdays, people anticipate live immediacy, thus this can be disappointing. The hand-picked highlights and recognized faces suit a lot of people. Live uses a rotating cast of guest co-hosts whenever a host or hosts are off the air. The likes of Elle Duncan, Jackie Tone, Jenna Dewan, Rita Ora, and Katie Loss have all been fill-ins this summer. In Kelly's absence, the other hosts alongside Mark for a week. Guests like Jerry O'Connell, Carson Kressley, David Murr, and Steve Patterson kept the show going when Mark was away in Los Angeles for a separate job. Even when the main hosts weren't on stage, the show remained consistent thanks to such substitutions. We have relocated the rotating host model. The news of Mark Consuelos' cancer diagnosis has shocked and devastated his loved ones and admirers. The actor is inconsolable over the diagnosis confirmation, and the news has devastated his wife, Kelly Ripa. Viewers all across the globe have come together to support Kelly and Mark after this devastating announcement. Their emotional reactions have revealed a side of them that many never anticipated to witness. The actor Mark Consuelos has long been admired for his portrayal of the tenacious Hiram Lodge on Riverdale. His down-to-earth demeanor and captivating TV presence have won him a devoted fan base. The most robust individuals among us are nonetheless susceptible to illness, as this latest diagnosis has demonstrated. Mark told a story in a moving statement, explaining that he had been dealing with symptoms for a while, but hadn't expected his illness to be so serious. With the announcement of Mark's cancer diagnosis, the Consuelos family faced an uncertain future. It has been deeply touching to see the actors and Kelly Ripa's emotional reactions to the diagnosis. While discussing the challenging trip they were about to undertake, Kelly sobbed on a recent episode of Live with Kelly and Mark. They were obviously emotionally exhausted from dealing with the seriousness of the issue. Kelly's openness about her husband's condition touched viewers deeply. The audience was moved to tears by her tragic remarks as she described the anguish of witnessing a loved one endure such an unfathomable catastrophe. Fans have always found encouragement in the couple's love, as they have endured so much together. This new phase of their lives, however, has served as a sobering reminder of how fleeting life is and how important it is to savor each minute spent with those we hold dear. Unlike his normally strong and confident demeanor, Mark shed a few tears upon the confirmation of his diagnosis. As Michael and Kelly faced the reality of his cancer diagnosis, it has been a profound moment for them both. According to Mark's latest interviews, he is hell-bent on fighting with all his might, but the emotional toll of the situation has been too much. Mark and Kelly are dependent on each other for strength and have maintained hope despite the immense sadness. A source of solace during this trying time has been the outpouring of support from friends, family, and fans, and Kelly has expressed gratitude for the amazing medical staff surrounding them. The couple's unfiltered reactions to the news of their diagnosis moved many since they have always been transparent about their life. Mark has committed to having Kelly at his side through his whole treatment process. Even though the road ahead is sure to be tough, the love and perseverance of the Consuelos family will get them through this. Mark and Kelly have the support of their fans, who are sending them prayers for his speedy recovery and fortitude as they face this tragic new chapter in their life. Mark and Kelly's narrative culminates in a tale of love, resilience, and openness. Their unbreakable friendship will carry them through this challenging journey, and they will have the support of their supporters at every turn.